bunch of our friends, local cops. Matt Millen, our good buddy, played for the Raiders. And you listen, everybody, you guys got to get the fuck out of here. Why don't you do that? You're fighting all the time anyway, going to that wrestling or something. And that's when we started chasing down, for some reason, the guy that we were going to look for information about wrestling is a guy eating turnbuckles and going, George Steele.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
I lived 2 miles from Mag Hall.
Okay.
Where they taped WWF, the old Vince McMahon Sr. taped television. Well, George Steele, Gorilla Monsoon, Andre, Ringer's Roost, the bar across the street. All the guys would sit there and drink, then go over and shoot TV. That's where, the thing was there. That's where Snuka hit. Piper hit Snook with the coconut. Was at Hamburg.
Yeah.
There you go.
They'd shoot in Allentown and Hamburg.
Right.
And then on a mile and a half from my house, the George Washington Motor Lodge.
Yeah.
That's the GW, where all the guys would stay that coming into town right on Route 22, 78 that shoots over to New York. And this was the territory, Right. So, we wake at first. My mind as a kid waking up on Saturday mornings and you see Roddy on there and he's doing his shtick, Piper draw your face right to the fucking tube, and you're like, what's this shit,
Right.
But they're like, so we started following around, chasing George around, driving him crazy, fucking knocking on his door. If I got the times, George chased us, coming with the green tongue. He still have it from the show.
Yeah.
The tongue was green. And you go into his gimmick, and me and Knobs, running down the aisles of George Washington. He chases us down the fucking block. I'm tired of you two.
What made you guys select George Steele?
I don't know. We just said, we go, that guy's George.
You picked the craziest guy.
Right.
At least on camera.
But our good friend was manager of the place of the Quality Inn across the street where George was staying.
Okay.
He was staying at George Washington, and he became friends with George.
Okay.
And he goes, I got these 2 guys, but it was Matt Millen, who, 4 Super Bowl rings, Oakland Raiders, San Francisco, Washington.
But wait a minute.
He's the one
you want
that
to hear
actually
a better?
told us, he just said, let me talk a minute. Jesus, big mouth.
Hide the foreign objects.
Anyway,
well, you're the one that interrupted. He interrupted me.
He looked at us, and told us, you guys are screwing up, and if you don't straighten up, you're probably gonna be thrown in jail. He said, one of these days it's gonna catch up to you.
Okay.
He says, why don't you guys try that pro wrestling? You like it, and then he's the one that really gave us a thing to say, oh, let's go after it. And then that's when we went after George, after Matt called us to his house. So we really respected Matt. He's playing for the pros, and he gave us a real good speech and got us to where we're at,
Is he finished now?
Yeah, go ahead.
You have the floor.
I thought he was, Edgar Allan Poe writing the fucking long, this 300 episode Bible or something. I don't know. But anyway, funnier story. Who we met first was Gorilla Monsoon.
Okay.
So Joe McHugh was the old announcer. Remember Joe McHugh? He was a local guy, and he knew from athletics or my names and all that kind of stuff. So Joe McHugh goes, come down, and I'll introduce you to Gorilla. And so we walk in, me and him. This is maybe 82. And they go, and here Gorilla stands up with a big smile on his face. So, you guys want to get in the wrestling business? We go, yes, sir, we do. Let me give you a number. He writes down a number and gives it to us. We go, thank you so much. And they just call, and we go home. Now we go home, and we're like, are you going to call or the number? Let's wait till tomorrow to call the number. And we're going back and forth about the number and the number. And who's going to call the number? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but George Steele called me.
No, wait a minute. And so we finally go, all right, Knobs gets on the phone and calls the number. It was like, I think the number was 8675302. You know the song.
He gave you Jenny's number.
8675309.
You might have gotten Tommy Two-Tone.
Right. But that was the first rib ever pulled in us. And we waited. We were anxious about calling the fucking number and waited for a couple of days. All right, we're gonna call. And it was a number. It's a fake number.
Wow.
Gorilla was probably back pissing his pants. These fucking 2 idiots with this number.
But we bugged George Steele so much that he said, come meet us at the Quality Inn. And he had Snuka, Paul Orndorff, and Bob Orton Jr. to stretch us.
Oh, Sheik.
And the Sheik at the
when these guys
motel,
walk in,
and he's working.
jump 'em.
Well, he's
we were going to get our ass
working,
kicked.
and I'm working, and I said, "Sorry, Mr. Steele, but we're both working. We love to make it, this and that." He goes, "Well, if you guys are serious," he said, "you'll go to Vern Gagne's camp. That'll either make you or break you." Up in Minnesota, and at the time he had to write a resume and everything, and Matt was one of our references, and Brad was teaching the camp. Brad Reagans, who was an Olympic champion,
Right.
He won the bronze medal. He probably would have won the gold in '80, but they boycotted it because he beat the Russian in the World Games in '79. And the ring didn't even get set up for 3 months. We were on Olympic mats getting tossed around like feathers. He threw Leon White after Leon got out playing for the Rams, and Leon was like 380 pounds. He suplexed him right through the shower in the back, and we lived on the bottom of Brad's. So there's no way you can skip camp or everything. We were out there, and for 3 months on the Olympic mats. Then they finally, I'm going, I didn't sign up for this. I'm getting stretched every day. We're getting stretched, and then all of a sudden, every couple of days, Vern would come down, and after Brad had you totally exhausted, our grandmothers could have beat us. Now you got Vern coming in there, putting you in shooter holes, and you're going, And then all of a sudden the ring got set up. We started with 22 people, and me and him were the only ones to survive. And that's because our car broke down, and there was no way to get out of there.
You had to stay.
And we were on the bottom of Brad's house, so
Oh
we
my
had to be
God.
out there, So, but it was good training. It really was. And then from then, when we finally get the thing, we go, go through the school. We didn't jump right in the ring. Hell no. We had to drive the ring first. Then we refereed. I mean, it was another 6 months till we finally got in the ring.
What do you guys feel about nowadays when you read about these guys? And I don't want to label them, but hell, I will. Some of these guys who come across like prima donnas, they don't want to carry someone's bag. They don't want to go get them water or anything. What does that make you guys feel like after telling the stories of the price you guys paid to get into this business?
Well, it's sort of like with everything, and in life, these whether it's football, baseball, you got the old school and the new school, and you look at the guys, and you say not only it's not they're that kids
guys,
like that.
It's not easy to ask this, but I'm going to try. My partner and I, we grew up during the time of Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, your guys' era too. I mean, all that whole time period, we love Hulk Hogan, okay?
Yeah.
When this racist thing came out and the tapes and all this other stuff, I was personally heartbroken. Because here's my hero getting absolutely slaughtered for these tapes coming out and stuff. How did you guys feel when people were throwing Hogan under the bus?
It's like one of the thing about the times changing, because the guy's not a racist, but everyone, if you're loaded or telling a story or joking around, you say the N-word or something like that. I mean, if you're in a spotlight because of the tensions and stuff that are out there, like a TV station you're working for, if you guys would you all of a sudden your sponsors drop you,
right?
And that because of the racial bullshit, and it is wrong. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But
sure.
I like it when we joke around and stuff. But I like the rappers and the songs. They can talk. There's different ways to say it. That word is almost like a Donnie Brasco movie. You forget about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It has it's a word that can
Yeah.
mean different. If a black guy's talking to a black guy, you're talking to your black buddy. What's up? You see, it's like a hugging thing, right?
Right.
So it's a word that it means. But
Rodman tried to stick up for him. He was like, he's not a racist.
He's
and
not
no
a
one cared
racist
that
at all.
Rodman
No.
said it.
No,
Nobody cared.
But I mean,
racist.
but the bad thing about it is there is bad racism in our country, which is fucked up.
Right.
And I mean, if next to the Native Americans, who got fucked over the worst than the black people of America.
Right.
They're just hanging out and fucking doing their thing in their own country, and you get kidnapped, and you're forced to be into slavery.
Right.
You think they wanted that?
No.
So what the fuck? We're the ones that forced them to come over here.
Right.
So now and since then they've been getting fucked over. So that's the situation. But if certain in the public light now, it's because it's such a hot thing. Because there are idiot fucking racist fucking redneck morons that when they say that word, that means that word in a bad way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
If it's me and Knobs joking around with Virgil or the Godfather, you son of a bitch, we're laughing around about it, you know what I mean? It's
Did
a
you guys
different
reach out
thing,
to
you know.
Hogan during this? Did you guys give him a call, like, when this was happening to Hulk Hogan?
We knew
we always, would tell him, bro, in the past, you're not no racist. You're the nicest guy in the world. You do so many things for charities, and you help everybody out.
Was he deeply?
But was there really people that thought that he was like didn't like black people?
Of course, there's people out there who think that.
No, it was a bad look. He had a bad moment.
Of course,
well, it wasn't even supposed to be. I never liked that guy, Bubba the Love Sponge.
I was about to say, Bubba set him up,
and
right?
I told him that, and I didn't like when
she
Bubba
tried
the Love
to warn
Sponge
him.
used to come in, to the locker room with Hulk. He'd act like he was part of the group and just walk in the, you don't just walk in the locker room. Everybody's paid their dues that's sitting in there. We're a fraternity of brothers. You are a DJ trying to be a Howard Stern, and now where are you? You're nowhere because you screwed over a lot of people and you did what you did. I mean, that's just crazy.
You broke people's trust.
And he hit Hulk at a bad time. Hulk was going through a divorce and everything, so that just wasn't right. And then however it got out there, that was a personal thing there. And Bubba the Love Sponge, to me, no good. And then finally, Hulk finally said you were right.